You are knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying how life continues to produce more focused experiences for you to identify that? And are you aware of the value of the contrast that provides that? Do you accept that you are a vibrational being primarily? It's a little hard to get because you're so good at translating vibration you don't even know you're doing it. Do you understand that you are an extension of source energy and that you are here in this physical body as that extension in this leading edge time and space? Because the time and space helps you to poignantly focus and therefore helps the larger part of you to not only focus but to expand right along with you. Do you get it that this combination of being has never been before unto all of the universe? That together here and now, that we are unique, that the physical you and the non-physical you and the combination of all of us is new and therefore so leading edge. And do you get the sense that all that you've lived, not just in this physical body, but in this physical body, but not just while you've been here in this physical body, but all that you've lived, can you feel that all that you have lived is the reason that now is as it is? And that there is a blending of what you consider to be past and what you might, if you could see from our perspective, to consider to be way, 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 way past. It's like grandson Luke, when he gets in the back of the Suburban, he's in the way, way back. Way, 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 way back. Way back. In other words, the whole of who you are is all focused forward. And when you understand that, that comes first. And then you find an attitude or a mood through the thoughts that you are choosing that allows that wholeness to be presently focused now. That's when the power of you is greatest, millions of times more powerful than when you're not doing that. But it's not only when the power of you is greatest, it's when you feel the very best. It's when you can feel the wholeness of who you are. And that's what we're talking about all day, every day, is you finding ways to first understand the vibrational nature of you, to understand the vibrational nature of you before you were even the you that you think is you, to understand the vibrational nature of the you that you think of as you in this personality, and the vibrational nature that we know as your inner being or your source, and to understand through your emotional guidance system the blending of the two. Because here you are out here on this leading edge. You're not here catching up with something. You're here in the contrast, taking everything that has ever been forward. You're taking everything that is to a new place of conscious awareness, you see. And so what you explore through the contrast that you live matters so very much. You are the leading edge of thought. You are creating a new reality. You are the leading, not the bleeding. You are the leading. It feels like it's the bleeding edge sometimes. We know. You're the leading edge of creation. And you are in your humility and in your sacrifice so often not understanding your value, that big thing that is happening because you are here now. Of course, we're eager to play with you today about the things that matter most to you. We know how life is unfolding for you, and we know that sometimes it feels like life just comes at you. We know that the vibrational nature that is you in this human personality is mostly accomplished by default. You don't mean for it to be that way, based upon what you are observing in any moment in time. So if you're observing the manifestation as far as you can observe it to be, and what you're observing sets off a vibrational frequency because of what you're observing, then your now point of attraction is about that, and you feel stuck under those conditions. Because you're observing it, you're offering a vibration about it, you're getting more of it, and you say, this is how life is. And then you also say, and therefore this is what I believe life to be. And sometimes in that scenario, what you believe life to be is uncontrollable. What you believe life to be is unfair. What you believe life to be is not what you would really like it to be if you thought that you had all the choices. And that's what we want to happen as a result of the time that we're spending together today. We want you to come away from this gathering really knowing that you create your own reality. We want you to have a really hands-on awareness of what it is that you might do in order to set yourself into the most optimal vibrational stance for the most optimal point of attraction, so that the reality that you are creating is the reality that you really are wanting. We almost said so that the reality that you are creating is the reality that you are choosing, but we would have to offer other words, because you are creating the reality that you are choosing. It's just that sometimes you don't know that you're choosing it, because you don't know that you're choosing through your vibration, and that your words often are not a good reflection or an accurate depiction of what you're actually choosing. And that's why it keeps shocking you when you get things that you don't want. That's what makes you feel not blessed or unheard or not noticed or picked on by the people around you, or even picked on by the universe at large. But we want you to understand that once you get it, that it's attraction, 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 attraction. There's no assertion. And that everything that is coming to you, while there are others who play with you, and while their point of attraction blends with yours, and so you mix it up really good. And we know that when you're getting something that you want to claim you created that reality. And when you're getting something you don't want, it's the other people in the room, right? It's the other people in the mix. But you have such creative control of not only what's coming to you in a steady way, but how you feel about it as it comes. So we'll have some wonderful conversations here today as you bring the details of what you're living and what you're wondering about to the forum. And we will help you to understand what you might do from right where you are to tune your vibrational frequency more into alignment with what you truly want. Because we know that as you've been here in this body and you've been living the life that you've been living, you've been sifting through this wonderful contrast. You don't call it wonderful very often, but it is. And as you know what you don't want, and therefore at many levels of your being know what you do want, you're launching these vibrational rockets of desire, and you're staking your claim to your creation. And so by sifting and sorting and deciphering life experience, you are offering this vibrational asking. And in the moment that you do that, that asking is answered by the larger part of you, by those like us, by what you want to call source or God. In other words, when your life helps you sort it out and you ask for something through synthesizing your life experience, that ask is understood. It's projected by you as a thought, and it's received by the larger part of you. And it's held in a vibrational sort of containment. That's not quite the right word, but we want you to feel this vibrational reality that is formed by what you're projecting forward. And we want you to understand that when you ask through the life that you've lived, your ask is valid, and it is understood, and it is received, and it is supported. And the goodness that you are sifting out through the life that you are living is held by the non-physical part of you in a vibrational frequency that when you line up with, you feel wonderful because you are moving in the direction, you are allowing the unfolding of what you're asking for. But sometimes, in fact, really, really often, you launch these rockets of desire, but you don't line up with what you're asking for, because as humans, you still feel like you have to support or defend or justify or rationalize the ask. In other words, if someone's rude, you want them to be nicer. If you're misunderstood, you want to be understood. If you're missing something you want it. If you've got something you don't want, you want the improvement. You cannot stop this assessment of life experience. And so it's valid and sincere and important and understood, and it's happening all day, every day. And so your vortex, that's what we call this vibrational reality, because we wanted you to begin to accept it as a real thing, a real manifestation. It is a manifestation that you can't see yet or hear yet or smell or taste or touch. And you want to say, what kind of a manifestation is that? If I can't see it and neither can my neighbors, Have I really created something? And we say, it's like the seed in the ground. It's real, and it's germinating, and it's attracting, and it's becoming, and it will be something that you will realize. The revelation has already begun. Your realization of it is what's going to be the joy of your life experience. But we want to help you to be willing to realize it in ways that are not yet seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, but feeling your way to it through your emotional guidance system. Because it is then and only then that you will experience the thrilling life experience of getting to then witness it forming with enough velocity and stability, meaning you're not contradicting it with your contrary thoughts, so that the impulses will begin to feel tangible to you, so that the direction of your thoughts will become more tangible to you, so that the awareness to follow an impulse will be more noticeable to you, so that your awareness of your hands in the clay of the magnificent life that you are creating will be more noticeable to you. That's what you want. You create your own reality. You just want to be deliberate about it. You want to be conscious about it. And once you understand that the law of attraction is consistent and that it is responding to you, and once you begin through practice to recognize that you're offering vibrations that you were oblivious that you were even offering, and that because you're not paying attention to your emotions, which tell you whether you're moving in the direction of your desires or whether you're opposing them, sometimes, really often, almost always, you need the manifestation to show itself to you before you have any real awareness of what you've been doing vibrationally. But then sometimes, usually, almost always, you don't take the credit as the creator of that, because it's easier to say, well, it's because of that and that and that, or them and them and them. It's because of something that I can't control. And you know what that does? In time, it erodes your sense of worthiness. It erodes your sense of your good fortune and being blessed. It makes you pessimistic, and it makes you feel like you don't have control and like you are not loved. And none of that is even a little bit true. You are so loved and so understood and so supported and so supported and so supported and so supported and so helped and so inspired if you will let yourself be. And that's really what we are about here today. We want you to feel the wholeness of who you are. You'll hear one by one as we select from among you those that best represent what you are wanting to talk about. Nothing will go not discussed here today that is important to you. So just relax and sort of let it come to you. There's no urgency about your letting it in. You're not going to be able to not let it in, because the atmosphere of you and your inner being, the atmosphere of this environment, the context of what we are all about here today will put you in a more open and receiving mode than you usually are. And in that receptive mode, you will feel insight, you will feel movement, and you might not remember what was said and what the breakthrough was you had when you are trying to explain it to those who aren't here with you, who wonder what's going on with you. But you will associate the improvement in what comes, meaning the improvement in what you let in, meaning the improvement in what you're now tuned to, meaning the improvement in what you are now able to see through your more awakened state of being. And that's really what we desire. We desire that you begin in this moment to make an association between the thoughts you're thinking and how it feels and what comes next. We want you to guide. Esther keeps calling it the magic, and she knows it's not magic. She knows that it is the law of the universe. She knows it's the most natural thing in the world. By magic, that makes it sound like it's there for only a few when it's there for everyone. It makes it sound like the one with the magic holds the power when everyone does. But what Esther means when she says, oh, I'm on that magical thread, she knows that she's tuned herself somehow, often through meditation, often through rampages of appreciation, often through segment intending, through getting out ahead of it, through some daydreaming. We'll talk about all of those things today if you want. And she's in that place where All of her desires are all queued up in her vibrational reality that we call the vortex. And now, for whatever reason, sometimes reasons that she's deliberately accomplished, and sometimes just because she's getting good at it naturally now, and it just happens.